So it looks as though we do have a final now started, although in not the best of circumstances, and frame one has started. So the score is 2-0 to Stevie Watt, and Jamie Anderson has arrived. So we'll stick with this final now, as obviously it is the final and the priority. And the question now is, has Jamie Anderson completely messed it up for himself, so having to start 2 frames behind and has to win every frame? I'm sure Jamie Anderson will find it a bit of a challenge, but he will accept it as Stevie Watt pushes the reds that were in the pack in front of him away, and he's on a 35 break and has the pink into the bottom right. So we'll have to see what Jamie Anderson says later on. If he wants to say anything about what happened, we'll try and understand and get a bit more context. Perhaps it was just one of those things that didn't happen. But let's concentrate on this match, and whether it's going to go on beyond this one frame, we'll have to wait and see. Stevie's not left himself great there. So he's played safe as 34 lead. The final of this Northern Ireland Open. And Jamie Anderson has confirmed he fell asleep, and that's something that I suspected had happened. Obviously, if it was something else, he would have probably let us know, but these things do happen. It's unfortunate for Jamie that's happened. I'm sure he'll kind of slap himself or tell himself off for that. It probably is not the greatest of circumstances. He probably would have liked to start from the beginning and jump into or get his teeth into this match. He's really left himself with a mountain to climb. Not only is he playing Stevie Watt, who is showing great form, he has to win all 3 frames. And Stevie Watt is on the table again, and the table looks beautiful. The black could be better, but I don't have good thoughts or good anticipation for Jamie Anderson in the current state of this match. That shot's gone a bit awry, so has the yellow, and there's a red near the yellow as well, which he can play with. Anderson now 42 points behind. He's 59 on the table, but what is on the table? 2 more reds, and it's going to be looking difficult for Anderson, so he has to be very careful here. And Jamie Anderson not even looking at the top red, or the red on a bit above the yellow yet. Looking at the potential for the red, the long red. But it's a risky shot here. Sometimes you have to be aggressive, but in this situation, that's a great shot, brave shot. And he's on the black or brown, and I don't know if the pink will go, so that worked out that time. And sometimes you have to maybe be a bit aggressive to try and give yourself a bit of confidence and put a bit of pressure on your opponent, or tell your opponent that you're not going to be messed around with. Pink into the bottom middle. I was told it was 67 on the table. I think I got my figures right. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 reds, but I'll check with him later. Thanks, Wim, for correcting me if I was wrong. But Anderson on the table now, in desperate need to win this frame, to put a little bit of pressure on Stevie Watt, who just needs one frame to become champion. Red into the bottom middle has the pink. Nice angle to move forward, put a bit of top to send the white forward for either of these reds, the red on the black cushion or the red near the black spot. Could have been a bit further, but there's no issue there. Should be able to pot this. It's just a matter of getting position on the pink or the brown. Red goes in, so it's too straight on the pink, so you're going to have to go with the brown and move up for the red above the yellow. 27 points the difference. 43 on the table. So all to play for in this, what is termed as the third frame. It's the first physical frame they're playing, but obviously there's been a 2-frame forfeit for Anderson arriving late. That is what it is, and as he pots to brown, he has to think for these next 3 frames. Red into the top right hand corner pocket. Not great here. Will he decide to play safe? Yes, he has. So just puts the white behind the green. That's a nice visit by Anderson. Positive in most ways. Put points on the table, reduced the deficit, and now has left his opponent in a difficult position. What now may go of 2 cushions. Come off the bottom right cushion onto the top left, and then try and just tap the red with the black, stopping Anderson from potting it into the bottom left. No, he's hit it quite hard. He's got his bearings wrong there. So another 6 points for Anderson. So the deficit is now 14. We'll have a better understanding now of what he needs to do, Steve. It's like he's coming it from underneath the pink, or he's looking like he's hitting it directly. My thoughts would have been it to come off 2 cushions, the bottom right hand cushion and then the top left hand cushion, and then just softly into the red. And Anderson has put him back. 10 points the difference in this frame now. And that was the shot I was thinking of. Maybe a little bit less pace as the red has come out into the open, and it could offer Anderson a chance here. The pink has moved up towards the bottom right hand corner pocket, which is just perfect. You just need to concentrate on the pot in this middle pocket or in the top right hand pocket, depending on how he feels. No, he's not decided to pot it, and that's interesting. I personally like that shot. I like the fact that he's not being too adventurous, and he's keeping his need for break building and pot scoring for when it's absolutely needed, and necessarily when he gets great chances. That's a nice shot by Stevie Watt, sending the white towards the blue and creating a snooker. So control, for temporary control with Steve at the moment, depending on where this red lands. That's potable, so Steve has possibility. It's not 100% guaranteed, but he should pot this. No, he's decided to also play safe. So both players quite defensive, understandably. Steve can afford to make a few risky shots if he wanted to. He has a 2-frame lead. Oh, and Jamie wanted that red to hit the black, but has he got a good white? No, he hasn't. It's gone in between pink and blue. So another opportunity for Steve, but based on the last shot, he may just play a shot to nothing here. Yes, he went for it, but he was hoping to get a good cue ball behind a colour, and he hasn't. Or has he? I think he may have, actually. That's a good shot to nothing there. I don't think Jamie can get that red full ball. 10 points the difference. 35 on the table. As Wim DeRuto watching in the wings congratulates the effort from Steve in that shot. And that's a great shot by Anderson. He could get through to it. So advantage Anderson in this third frame. And he plays a snooker behind the yellow. So Anderson doing all he can to create a momentum, which is what he needs to. He's showing a lot of respect for his opponent here. And rightly so. Stevie Watt is a tenacious player, very difficult to break down. And Steve gets out of the snooker, and it's turned out okay. There's nothing on offer for Anderson, but Anderson does have the opportunity of a good snooker here. 9 points the difference. 27 on the table, and Anderson has to get this right, and he hasn't. He's not necessarily left it on, but he's given the slight advantage or the slight control to Stevie Watt, who can now replicate and try and putting Anderson in the snooker here. And he doesn't do that. He leaves the yellow open. So in a period of safety play here, in this end game of the third frame of the final of the Northern Ireland Open. And that's a bit too far for Anderson. He's left it open. So the yellow is on now. Now can Steve play a good shot to get on this green? I'm thinking how he can do it, and he's played a full top, but it didn't bounce in the way he would have liked. So snooker here will push the green onto the black and send the white down towards the blue, hoping for a snooker. No, he's double kissed it. I thought he would go to the right of the green there, but he's turned out okay. Nothing on for Anderson other than to create another obstacle for Steve in his next shot. Anderson trying to send the green round the table and put the white on the bulk cushion. Could have been better. It is potable, this one. Steve can play shot to nothing here, attempt the pot and send the green back up to the bulk area should he miss, and try and push the white towards the black. Oh, and it jarred along the cushions and didn't go back up, and it went across the table, but he's turned out lucky again. Nothing's been left on. Anderson on the table. Right hand side here, I would suspect, sending that white up towards the pink and the blue, hoping, keeping the green safe. Sometimes in these occasions, players may just tap the colour, because any mistake can be disastrous. And that's what Anderson's done. He's just pushed the green safe. Well, you say safe. This is a great opportunity to play a snooker here for Stevie Watts. Just got to get the pace right, though. Tap the green. He's looking for us to see if it's potable, but tapping the green off the cushion just slightly and keeping the white behind the black for a snooker. And he's got the snooker. And looking at that, that's not as easy as it may look, actually. Depending on what angle Jamie can see here. And yes, he's hit the black. It's not an easy shot, this. He might have to go off the cushion. And he can't see full ball even off the cushion. And Stevie Watt has not taken advantage of the miss rule. It looks like he feels he can finish it off here. 18 points the difference. 25 on the table. That now is 21 points the difference and 22. So just this brown needed. Not a great position on the brown. So will Steve regret not initiating that miss rule? Maybe he felt, considering the circumstances, he would give Jamie a chance. So that's only Steve will know about that. And he plays a safety shot. So Anderson still in it. And it looks as though the third place playoff may have finished. Nikos Geoulis has joined the table. So whether that's because the match is finished or there's been some interval of some kind. Safety shot by Anderson off the cushion a lot back across the other side of the table. Now, can Steve get the white behind this blue? He can, but not in the way he wanted. Now, this is a possible pot here for Anderson. Nice angle to send it round the table. Will he go for that? Will he play safe? He's gone for it. As long as he can see the blue, he'll probably be happy with that, and that's okay. 17 points the difference, 18 on the table. So Watt just needs this blue to leave Anderson needing snookers. Anderson fighting for his snooker life here in this particular match. And has he got a snooker there? I think he might just have that right. I'm not sure if Steve can see the full ball. Well, excuse me, we'll just have to wait and see. It looks as though Anderson's safe. I can see Stevie Watt looking at the cushion, going off the cushion. So good shot by Anderson. Now, is that blue over the pocket? It's potable here, so will Anderson take this blue on as well? Taking the balls he needs bit by bit. He's gone for it and he's missed it. Now, where's the ball's going to land? And that's not too bad. Relatively safe. What has the option? Can afford to take the risk though. Mind you, if he does miss it and Anderson completes the frame, that would add a new dimension to the situation. So I'm sure Steve wants to pot it, and he makes a great pot, and it looks as though that is it. Stevie Watt wins is potentially going to win the Northern Ireland Open. He's not potted the pink, so we're still on play here. Anderson is just hanging by his fingernails. Now, that looks nice. That looks very nice. Oh, unlucky. It was a great attempt at a snooker there. And if he's got any more of those tricks in his back pocket, then maybe he should continue until the end. And Steve is just going to push this pink towards the pocket. And there it is. Stevie Watt is the Northern Ireland champion, not in the circumstances that he wanted. You could basically say it was a technical knockout by Stevie Watt. Didn't win all the frames as he would have liked. 2 forfeited frames. And Anderson will hopefully be speaking to his team about his schedule and whether he can arrive on time. I'm sure he was looking forward to this final, and it must be very extremely disappointing. But obviously, one has to feel about the player waiting, and there just has to be a rule. But the story, the headline is Stevie Watt is the Northern Ireland Open champion, and that's the second title he's won in the last 3 tournaments. So Stevie Watt showing good form. Jamie Anderson also sending us back to 2018 when he was winning tournament after tournament. Will this be the start of something new for Jamie Anderson fans? Nicholas Gerelis there. We'll have a look at what the situation is with third place playoff now, as I'm just going to do the stats. Bear with me here. Congratulations to Stevie Watt. He gets 70,000. And Gerelis was the winner of the third place playoff. Congratulations to him. Unlucky to Alex. And Nikos Gerelis will take 23,000 points as I will begin to add scores together and the points and sort out the table. So a 2-0 win for Nikos Gerelis in the third place player. And Stevie Watt is the Northern Ireland champion, winning 3-0 over Jamie Anderson. Just checking messages that may have been sent if you're still watching. Thank you to Wim for his nice words about the commentary. I try and do my best to try and keep it as exhilarating as I possibly can make it. I'm just going to now enter the stats. It may disappear. I might have to come out of the Flash Snooker site because it's holding my computer up for some reason in terms of changing screens, and I'm just going to do that for a moment. So Steve would have changed that. Let's just have a look. No, it doesn't. I'm going to actually just refresh before I change it. Don't know if Steve will have done that or not. Oh, I don't think Jamie is in the mode of using tournament just yet. But it seems as though no, they've not been changed, so that's something I can do. So 0, 3-0 win to Stevie Watt, and in the third place playoff, a 2-0 win for Nikos Jolis. And let's see if that final standings now. So the winner, rank 1, Stevie Watt. Number 2, Jamie Anderson. Number 3 was Nikos Jolis. Number 4, Alex Jordan, or Chubmans as he likes to be known. Now 5 will be let's have a look. So quarterfinals. Oh, please tell me that's not that as saved. Oh, I'm going to have to do that again. Nikos Jolis won the third place playoff, and 4th was Alex Jordan. Save. Okay, now I can just have a quick look at the quarterfinals. So Carlos, Jim, Papa, and Dave Lewis. And in 9th place, Alan Lockett. No more players to add. I think that's right. Let me just double check. Yeah, that seems right. And let's now go over to the main tour table. 4th, Alex. 3rd, Nikos. 2nd, Jamie. And 1st, Steve. So I just need to clear them. And clear that. just double check that that is correct. So Stevie Watt goes into the #1 position on the main points table. Second is Jim Gikakis on 114,000 points. Alex Jordan 50,833. Nikos is fourth with 43,000. Carlos Bigger 39,000. Jimmy Anderson 35. Papa 34,000. And Ken 20,000. He didn't play in this tournament. He will be back for the next one or the one after that, I have been told. Then we have Dave Lewis, Alan Lockett, Mohammed Fawzi, Wim de Ruiter. With 0 points, you do not get any points if you haven't won a match. I think Dave Lewis was involved in a quarterfinal or semi-final, but he got a bye. So only if you win a match will you be able to get the points related to that match that you're in, and the remaining matches and points to be accrued. So what that means is that the English Open is now completed. And the UK, sorry, my apologies. The Northern Ireland Open is now completed. The next tournament is the English Open, which is exactly the same as the Northern Ireland Open that's just finished in terms of prize money and format. All matches are best of 5. You can now enter on tournament. Just go to the OSC website and look for the links to do that. The pots, in terms of pots, in pot 1 will be Steve, Jim, Alex, Nikos, Carlos, Jamie, and Papa, and Ken, should he enter, and the remaining players will be in the bottom half of the draw. Which I have tried to explain a few times, is the way that we will do it for most of tournaments. They'll be split into 2 halves, depending on how many points you are, what half of the points table you are, just to make it a bit fairer, keep it competitive. And that is basically it. So as we look at the main tour table, Steve is in the lead, 120,000 points. He's the one to look to. He has a bit of momentum now and will be going into the English Open with a bit of confidence. The draw for the English Open will be on Tuesday, and just keep an eye out for notifications, and if you can join the tournament to enter, that would be great. And thanks for watching. So the end of tonight, Stevie Watts is an Northern Ireland champion, and Nikos wins 3rd place. Jamie, unfortunately, let himself down a little bit, wasn't able to show, but these things happen. I'm sure he'll be back soon. Thank you for watching this broadcast. Keep practicing, and au revoir.